Hi, this is Money Mom again, and today I'm going to just be very transparent and discuss our debt story and a little bit of background about me. I'll make it very brief, okay? First of all, I was raised in Minnesota. I live in the DFW area of Texas now. I was raised in the Twin Cities, by the way. Dad was a truck driver, and I was raised to work hard, save your money, always have a Sears card, try to keep debt very low, you know, buy American, get a job with a good pension and all of that. Many of you may have been raised the same way. But I assumed part of the American dream was to have a house payment, you know, have a college loan, and to probably most likely not be able to pay cash for a car and have a car payment. That's kind of how I was raised. Now, my parents did pay cash for most cars, but as we were getting older, I noticed that in the 80s, things were changing. People were wanting to upgrade to the nicer homes and the nicer cars, and I noticed that my parents didn't have as much spending money because they were trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not sure if any of you can relate to that. So this is a little bit of how I was raised. Well, go forward a little bit, and I graduated from college in 1987 from University of Wisconsin, River Falls, and then I moved to the Dallas, Texas area. And when I graduated, I did have a little bit of college loan. My loan was $54 a month, and I thought, oh, I can handle that. Moved out on my own. I taught at a private school. I only made about $1,200 a month, and I was paying on the loan, no problem. Dummy me, which I talked about this in a previous video, I loved clothes at the time. I ended up getting 3 charge cards to 3 department stores and racked them up, and I couldn't pay them. So I did the smart thing, per a friend that I met at church, and that sat down with me and told me how much I was really paying for those clothes. Got a part-time job for 1 year, and I worked several hours, and I paid all of those credit cards off. Haven't been in credit card debt since. But I still thought it was normal to own a home and have debt to a house, have a car payment, and to have college loans. I just thought that that was part of being an American, and everyone had them, so I fit right in. Well, I got married in 1994 when I was 29. When I got married, we didn't have any car payment, but I still had my college loan. So I knew that we'd want to buy a house. What happened was we lived off my husband's income and took my entire income, and I put every bit of it towards my college loan and paid it off. Then we put a decent down payment on a house, and we bought a home. It's the only debt that we had, and we had a couple used cars during the time, but we didn't have a lot in savings. Well, got in a car accident, and we didn't have money to buy a car. There goes one of our debts. Then we ended up getting a car payment. We still never did any credit card debt, which is good, but over the years, you know, we've had certain things come up, and I just thought that, well, everyone has a car payment, like I said. So then 98, my daughter was born, and we're trucking along and trying to just save a little money here or there, and without really any plan in sight. Then all of a sudden we paid off our home because we got it. What we did is we went from a 30-year loan to a 15-year loan. We refinanced it. I put an extra $75 on the principal so we could pay it off. Still have the car payment. So where we are right now for our debt is we have no credit card debt. We don't own our home anymore. I paid that off a couple months ago. But I do owe $7,050 on our car, and I also bought my daughter some furniture on a 12 months no interest, and I owe $800 on that. So my goal, and I'll be talking about these tomorrow, is to pay that off so I will have no debt at all. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do to get to that point. What I'm basically getting at from all of this is before I started listening to these budgeting videos, I really just thought that we're all in the same bucket. Everybody has debt, and oh, everyone says everything's expensive nowadays, and who can afford to pay cash for a car? Who can afford to pay college without a loan? This is just expected nowadays because life is expensive. And I believed all these things. Well, guess what? I'm taking my life back. We're going to become debt-free in the next 6 months, and we are going to celebrate, and I hope you're going to be on this journey with me, and I hope to never have debt again and to be better at planning. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about my financial goals. I would love to hear your feedback below of any tips you've learned along the way, and I want to say thank you again for listening. This is Money Mom signing off, and I'll see you tomorrow with our financial goals. Bye.